Hey, yo, what's up? This is her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady Sports, and we are here in studio on a hot Tuesday. Hopefully, everyone had a magical 4th of July and the federal holiday of July 5th. But we are always here to give you some of the hottest sports talk on the radio. And thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot to talk about. But Willie, I got my host with me, Willie Epting of the Shapeback Sports Network. And Willie, we finally have some hot, humid air here in Cleveland, Ohio right now.
Cleveland! What's going on, Cuyahoga County? Rachel Hill. Glad to be in the huddle once again. And I heard you say that y'all got some hot and humid air up there.
Or hair.
Good for you guys, because we hate it.
Y'all used to it. We ain't used to it. We get that about 3 months here, and that's about it.
You don't ever get used to that. Trust me.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, you can say all that, but when it's cold here, the majority of the year, I'm like, fall is okay. Spring, it gets rainy here, but I'm like, if I can do without winter, I'd be a very, very happy girl. Because if you think about it, the cold temperatures, last here from September until June.
Yeah.
So that's almost 9 months.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm actually in Shreveport right now, and it's a different weather type here than it is even in Dallas. Now, the two cities are separated by about 3 hours, but Louisiana is more like the jungle.
Word. So how long you gonna be there for?
All week. I'll be here all week.
Okay. You doing anything fun down there?
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Now, how far are you from New Orleans?
New Orleans is about 5 hours from here.
Oh, okay. Well, guess who's from Baton Rouge as well?
Who?
Odell Beckham Jr., baby. OBJ. Baton Rouge.
That's about 3.5 hours from here. 3 hours.
What?
Shreveport.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got hyped for nothing.
Yeah, you did. I mean, but
I'm so embarrassed.
They throw these up down here a lot, so it's all good. You see that?
L.
Yeah, they throw that up. That's
loser.
That's from Louisiana. That's what they throw up. They throw up the L's.
So it don't matter where anybody's from. It's just if you're from Louisiana, you good.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that. I can't even do it right. Let's see.
Yeah, turn it around the other way. Okay. Other way.
What about this?
That way, yeah. It's the opposite.
But it's good to be back on with you, Rachel. It seems like it's been forever. Did we do a show last week?
We did do a show last week. We did.
Wow.
All 3 days last week, there were shows on air. This week is the shortened week because yesterday was a holiday. So everybody at WOVU had the opportunity to get some rest. So it's weird because the 4th of July fell on a weekend. So it was federally celebrated yesterday because if you think about it, Friday was July 2nd. So that's 2 days for the actual holiday. So, most people got the 5th off. So it was just nice to be able to get some rest. It really was. I kind of had a 4-day weekend. One thing about one of my employers is that, because you got to have multiple streams of income nowadays. But one of the things about my employer is they'll give you a day off for community service. So I did some community service for the city of Cleveland, and I had some children interview me a couple weeks ago, and then I went to go judge their actual projects about journalism and things like that. So it was a great experience. I love working with the youth, and if there's any girls who want to follow my footsteps of sports, I'm going to do everything I can to cheer and spur them on. So that was a great opportunity for me to do that. So I worked. Kind of didn't work, but different type of work that's even more important. When did you get down to you said Shreveport? When did you get to Shreveport?
We got to Shreveport on Sunday night, but we went from Dallas to Mississippi to my mom's house because her birthday was Saturday. So we took her out to dinner, gave her a bunch of gifts, and then on Sunday I got up early and I barbecued ribs, links, brats, some chicken. I put some pineapple on the grill for the first time for my sister, and That was pretty good. So, but you were saying this year, 4th of July fell on the weekend. It automatically took me back to the Ghetto Boys. That's why I was grooving.
Oh, dun 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 dun.
This
Is that
year
them?
Halloween fell on the weekend.
Yeah. Well,
Many Ghetto Boys
last year was supposed to be lit though because all of the holidays were supposed to fall on like weekends, but we had COVID, so that kind of we still have COVID, but that kind of changed things. So yeah, it is what it is. But man, we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on out here. One of the things I wanted to get to was the NBA Finals. So for me, it kind of boils down to, and I might have talked about this last week. One city is the third most segregated in the country because the new rankings came out, and the other one was the last one to recognize Martin Luther King. I'm so torn. Well, so for those that don't know, Milwaukee Bucks is the third most segregated city in the country, and Phoenix, Arizona, was the last city in the country to recognize Martin Luther King Day as a federal holiday, or a state holiday as well. I'm torn. I don't know about you.
I had no idea that Milwaukee was the third most segregated city.
Yes, Cleveland is up there too in the top 20.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
Not a stat that I'm happy about at all, but these are facts.
Right. And in terms of Arizona, I'm sorry, Martin. I just didn't want to move to Arizona.
What?
Never mind. That was a bad little joke. So anyway,
wait, from what? I might have seen this.
That was from Martin when the little boy came in, was trying to be his son.
Do it again.
I'm sorry, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona.
This wasn't Roscoe, was it? The one who always had the snot coming out of his nose.
No, that was actually a real little boy. So, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, Eric, look. You say you're torn. I can understand that, but in order for us to get to where we want to be, we must leave where we currently are. So let's just not be torn, and let's just enjoy a finals that has not seen two franchises and two cities get an opportunity to celebrate this huge event for the Bucks since 1971, I believe it is, and then, of course, for the Suns since 1993. And I went back and watched some clips of that series or that finals against the Bulls. And the Suns were a great team. I mean, they were a great team with Barkley and KJ and Dan Marley and Danny Ainge. They were a great, great team. But they ran up against Chicago.
And Michael Jordan was greater. I remember watching those games as a kid, and I wanted Phoenix to win. Obviously, I didn't know about the Martin Luther King Day, but I didn't want Michael Jordan to win, so I was rooting for Phoenix, of course, and it didn't work out that way.
Yeah. And, I think that team that the Suns had, that was the second of the first three consecutive championships.
Okay.
Oh, Eddie, look, Eric Holmes says this. In order to get where we want to be, we have to leave where we currently are. Really going deep. Facts, brother. Facts. That's Eric Holmes.
I hold a grudge.
Huh?
I hold a grudge.
But you choose to do that. That's your choice.
Okay, that's fair.
Facts.
I don't have a comeback for that.
Okay, so let me give
you right.
Let me give you another one.
Look, I just said you right. Isn't that great for a man to hear that from a woman? You right.
Yeah, I have to hear it again. And again. I'm just saying.
Here, let me eat some of my humble pie. Okay, you have a fair point there. You're right. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so where we want to go from here?
I'm still torn because I don't, it's okay. My team. Oh my God, did you really just put that up there? Oh my God, man, forget Nate, our producer. Shout out to Nate the Great. Okay, I see how y'all want to play today. That humble pie is delicious, though. I like pie. What Ed say? Sometimes us men don't want to be right, Rachel. Yeah, I thought y'all always wanted to be right.
No, I tell my wife all the time, I don't want to be right. I want to be in agreement.
Yeah, and I think that's the best for you with your wife. So
Yeah,
I think that's important. So you just better go along with whatever she say. So
that's
yeah,
why
you got that right.
that's why I said to be in agreement. And I said I don't want to be right. I want to be in agreement. I didn't say we don't want to be right or you shouldn't be. No, I got 8 years in the game now. 8 years coming up on July 27th.
Oh,
So,
congratulations.
thank you. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's where that is with that. But in terms of Phoenix and this Bucks, I know the report is already out that
Phoenix
Giannis,
gonna win.
huh?
That Phoenix gonna win.
No, that's not a report. That's a prediction.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
So the report is already out that Giannis is what doubtful for or questionable for game one. I believe he's gonna play.
You think so? I wouldn't if I was him.
Why
It's
not?
only game. It's only game one. He don't because he don't want to further injure himself even more and do even more damage and not be able to play at all. So I
Really?
say game 1 and 2. Hey, probably sit, and then 3 and 4, depending on what the situation is. Now they can go down 0-2 and come back. I mean, it's going to be in Phoenix. It's going to be tough anyway. They probably will go down 0-2. But games 3 and 4, you better get back there to even that series up. That's the way I
Yeah.
look at it. Because it's always, the first 2 games usually. But these series though, this season, teams have been able to steal home court, which has happened kind of more than you've seen in the past. So that's always possible that Milwaukee can't get in there and steal game 1 or game 2. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't play Giannis. Not
Oh,
at all.
okay. Well, I didn't say he should play. I said I think he's going to play.
Yeah, Eric said, do y'all think that the Greek freak being hurt on and off will affect the series early? Absolutely. I think it will.
Well, I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah, it can't help but to affect it when you're talking about a two-time MVP and a two-time
Yeah.
or a two-time defenseman award winner. So, of course, it's going to affect it. But
Yeah.
where it's really going to affect it is how much Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday
Yeah.
are going to have to carry the load. So
And can they carry the load? Is the
they
thing
they
too.
can. We've seen that they can do it. I mean,
Yeah.
they did it against Atlanta, and I think Trae Young being hurt had something to do with that as well. But what we saw from that series was the fact that Trae Young or that the others for the Bucks are better than the others from the Hawks. So that's why that series ended up the way that it did.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't think he should play, but I think he will.
Yeah, I think yeah, okay, so we're in agreement then. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
because if
Eric
oh go ahead.
Eric asked, did we think it was a big deal? I absolutely think it's a big deal because Giannis, for the most part, is that team, and like what you had said about Chris Middleton and you said PJ, right?
Drew Holiday.
Okay, Drew Holiday, but PJ also there too. So, but yeah, I think that yeah, Giannis is the heart and soul of that team as well. I mean, I think it can be done, but you're looking at a Phoenix team that's inspired. They're a young run and gun team. They happy to be here. They have been in basketball purgatory for years, so they're excited on the trajectory of their team. I think Phoenix is going to come out with a ton of energy, and I think they might get a big lead tonight very early because they're just so inspired and happy to be there. Nate, what was your comment? I missed it. I wasn't able to get to it quick enough.
He said that he thinks the Suns are going to win in 5.
Ooh, ooh, oh!
Yeah,
That's a
that's pretty bold.
spicy take.
That's pretty bold right
My
there.
God,
That's pretty bold.
5 games? Oh, wait. Okay, so which game do you think Milwaukee will win?
Probably game 3.
Yeah, the first one at home, and then yeah. I mean, it could happen, but that's a spicy take. I think they're gonna get at least 2 games. I mean, it's not like Phoenix is a team full of all stars and stuff, so they ain't like the Golden State Warriors or anything like that. He
Yeah,
said 2 or 3.
yeah. Excuse me, but here's the thing too with the Suns. They have a coach that is really a leader amongst men in Monty Williams. Should have been coach of the year. Now, that's not to say that Coach Tibbs didn't deserve it, but as you said, both of those franchises have been mired in mediocrity and less than that for the past several years. And we saw what the Suns were able to do in the bubble last year in Orlando. I think they won every game in the bubble.
Well,
And
Milwaukee's had some good run. They just couldn't get over that hump.
well, this is the year that they did that. And you can talk. I mean, as I don't like to use injuries as some sort of reason, crutch, or an excuse, but that had a huge factor in that Brooklyn series. You can't deny that.
Absolutely.
And there's no way, in my opinion, that KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, they are like head and shoulders above Giannis, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton. Period, point blank. Because those three dudes for the Nets are actual superstars. Well, I have a problem with even labeling Giannis as a superstar. I'm just keeping it real. I have a hard time labeling him as a superstar.
I mean, I see that, but he won a couple MVPs now, so I mean that's starting to put him in the trajectory.
Steve Nash won an MVP too. He ain't no superstar.
I don't think so either. But we gotta take our break right quick. So we are going to be right back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9. You here with Rachel Hill and Willie Epteen Jr. So we will be right back. Hey. So, Willie, I said that. Welcome back to Her and Huddle, WOVU 95.9 FM. I was so excited. I started to tell Willie that I'm going to create some bars and come in one day to a rap that I'm going to make up. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it. And I'm really excited about it. I don't know what it's going to say, but I'm going to figure something out.
Bars!
Yeah, I was trying to do some rapping the other day, and all I came back, well, it was raining outside. So I was like, welcome back to Her in the Huddle. We out here in a whole bunch of puddles. So that was the first line I had got. But it sounded kind of slick over the music, though.
It did?
A little bit.
You need to write down some lyrics.
I might be embellishing a little bit. I don't know. But I thought it sounded good, and that's all that really mattered.
Well, that statement in itself probably is not 100. Because this is what I like to tell people. And Eric Holmes, man, I need you to chime in on this quote that I'm about to give you right now. Because people, and I am a people, so I am included in this when I say this. People have a real, frequent tendency to say I don't care what other people think. While that may be true, and it is okay for us to say and feel that, what we may not care about, or we may not care about what other people think, but what other people think, it really does matter.
I mean, yeah. So if I come up with some bars and you have some critique to it, I'm okay with that because I'm not a music person. I'm a sports person. I don't really know much about music, so yeah, I'm okay with that. If there's some constructive criticism, I would be okay with that because this would be my first endeavor at trying to write 16 bars and some rap lyrics.
How many minutes do you think your song needs to be?
18 seconds.
Ah!
Because that's how long it takes to come back. That's how long. So I only need 18 seconds of lyrics. And also, just keep in mind, you can always listen to us online at wovu.org. You can listen to us on the the WOVU app, so you can download us on the go, and you can always give us a call at 216-271-0959, and always listen to us live in your radio during the drive time. You get your sports talk. But yeah, maybe I might work on a second career as a rapper.
So let's talk about let's talk about Maria Taylor and Rachel Nichols, because we got a couple comments out there in the world of social media. Thank you guys out there for rocking with us on Facebook. My main man George. Look, George called into the show when I was doing Elevation 5280 Sports in Denver.
Oh, he did. Hey, George be having our back. That's my man, 50 grand. I love George, and he always support us. Thank you, George. We love you, man.
And then our girl, our hashtag sissy of whatever, Natalie. She said, "Ha, she misses us. Feel better, sis.
Nah.
We love you, girl." So George says he was just about to ask us about our thoughts with the tag team battle of Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor and ESPN. It's actually a triple threat match. ESPN is no angel on this matter.
No.
Okay, can I go first?
Go ahead.
I have lost a great deal of respect for Rachel Nichols, and I can say that I was a huge fan of hers because of her at least her out front stance in the social justice movement. And of course, all of these things supposedly came out last year, but I was a big fan of hers. She knows her stuff. She doesn't get rattled with the bigger names of sports. She seems to have developed a tremendous rapport with them as well. Man, but to dig a hole like this for your colleague and preparing her to be thrown in it because you don't want her to be successful at your expense. The last time I checked, ESPN is a multi-billion-dollar company, and Disney is the parent company. I don't think that you need to really be worried about somebody doing that to you as long as they're not doing it on the underhand tip. Maybe that's something that you need to look at as far as getting your game up and doing a little bit better at whatever you may be doing a little bit better at. Now, Maria, of course, is an African American female. She's beautiful. She knows her stuff, and she's very personable from what I can tell on camera. And in this climate of equality, okay, both you guys and Rachel, you can attest to this and take it from here. Both you guys are women. One's the same shade of color as us. The other one is a lighter shade of color than we are. So you guys are really paddling in the same boat, and now you're paddling with different. You're in the same boat. You're using different paddles, but you still want to go to the same location. So I don't understand this unless it was something that was going to be majorly coming down that's going to affect Rachel Nichols' career at ESPN. I don't see why she would have done this. And now. This was a year ago, but now Maria is up for a new contract.
And so is Rachel.
Yeah, and I don't think both of them will not be there One of them will be gone. Your thoughts?
First of all, I'm embarrassed. Her name is Rachel. And we can take it even deeper because affirmative action has benefited white women the most of all, more than it's benefited people of color. So you're actually affirmative action hire. So you actually have the nerves, the audacity, and the caucasity to sit up there and say somebody was hired because of her skin color. You have that job because of your skin color. So we could take it even deeper than that with affirmative action that everybody hate, but white women benefited the most. That's how you got your spot at ESPN. So for you to sit there and say that somebody else got their spot because of their color, bye. That's what I got to say. Bye. And I, too, lost a lot of respect for Rachel Nichols. Seeing her in person when I covered the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think all of us lost respect because people deduce their down to what they've always been. So you've always had an issue with Black people, but you've managed to benefit off of it and benefit off of a league that's almost 95% Black, benefited off your relationships, and it's made you pay because I'm pretty sure she's taking home a couple $1 million a year. So you've benefited off of people of color, but when it actually comes time to have our back and be down, and you got a little competition because competition keeps us on our toes, and there's always somebody chasing your heels. There's people chasing my heels at WOVU. People chasing my heels at, MLBbro.com. People chasing my heels at TV20. People chasing my heels, at other places I've been to, WTAM. There's always somebody else who's looking for an opportunity. That's the way of the world. That is capitalism. That is competition. So instead of being better, doing better to keep your spot, you go back to the old trait to down your competition and reduce it down to color. So people always show their real true personality. So I would say she's racist. And that's where I'm at on that. So Rachel can ride out. She needs to change her name.
Strong. She needs to change her name. And you know what's funny is that I'm trying to find what her net worth is and what her salary is, but
it's a couple million because Jamil Hill was making almost $2 million a year when she left ESPN. So making almost $2 million a year when she left ESPN. So it's up there. I mean, and that was just Jamil Hill. And think about how long Rachel Nichols been there.
Rachel Nichols' annual salary is estimated to be $1.5 million.
All right, that's what I said.
She has a net worth equivalent to $10 million.
And you've made that off of your relationships with Black people. But this is what you thought of them all along, but would never say it to their face. You said it on a phone call that got recorded. They always go to the default. That's it. If anything, Rachel Nichols should be gone because she's the one who said what she said. And I hope she is gone. And I hope this is being taped. So, this is being taped. It'll be on StreamYard. So, and I stand by what I say, and I said what I said.
There you have it. There you have it. But you know what, though? I wouldn't go as far as to say that she's racist.
She biased and prejudiced. She's something. Because why would you say that? If you had that love in your heart for us, and think about you built your career off of covering Black people in sports, especially the NBA. You got something against us.
Yeah, well, that's the difference between being a racist and being prejudiced.
Is racist light?
Yeah, but racism involves intended hate. Prejudice is, to me, it doesn't involve intended hate. It just involves me. If I'm a white person, it just involves me not wanting to lose my position in whatever endeavor or whatever entity I am in. So I think there's a little bit of a difference from there. Here we have Tim Hickok, or did I say it right? Hitchcock.
Yeah, Hickok. What's up, Timmy?
He said Rachel Alexander is in the wrong that other women earned her spot. She's very good at her job. Now, Rachel Alexander, of course, is her maiden name.
Oh, so, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tim, I appreciate that. But as far as the racism, that's like, that's the gateway. Just like marijuana is the gateway drug, the other stuff, comments like that are gateway to racism because you've shown that you got a bias saying somebody earned their spot because they color. So you're already treading towards racism, racist thoughts, because that kind of is a racist thought. Why didn't I earn my position? Because I cut my teeth. I did all this before X, Y, and Z, just like you. You've done the same things to cut your teeth to get where you at. Supposedly you worked hard. So now you saying she ain't? That take a lot of nerves. And we better be glad that this FCC is governed by this, because I'm getting hot. Let me calm down.
Rachel Nichols is the OG too. I think she's 44 and Maria is only like 29.
Yeah. Maria is pretty. She got long legs, and she probably know that by Maria being black, she can build that rapport easily with players more than she can. I mean, she's been around a long time, but I think we all know we are more comfortable amongst our own. And people right now do have biases against the media. When you have the president of the United States saying media is the enemy, this and other, they skew, they lie. People have that bias. Like Kyrie said at the beginning of the season, I'm not about to be your pawn. So he's already saying the media is bad. So we already have this bad perception. But if I see a black person and, another black person, and you about Black Lives Matter, you about that, you about that, you pro-black and you want everybody black to win, I know when I go in the locker room, I can go up to a black player and they probably going to chop it up with me for the most part, and it's going to be easier for me than, a white reporter. Now, depending on what she look like physically, all that other stuff, that all plays into it too. But, they're going to chop it up with me because you have that kinship. And Rachel knows that's something that she's had to, establish and work through. But Maria going to have it easier than her. So, just say you scared. Just say you scared for your job. Just say that, because that's what it really is. So we got Yeah, we got to take another break. So appreciate all the comments and everybody chiming in today. But First Lady got a little bit hot, because I'm like, so what you going to say if I start working at ESPN? I didn't earn my spot here either. It's because I'm black. Guess what? They can't use me as a diversity hire. Black Lives Matter. Bring me on in. All right, we'll be right back. You're listening to Her on the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Hey, Hey, we back. We back. That's all I got right now. Welcome back to Her and Huddle on WOVU at 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and I'm here with my host, Willie Epteen Jr. of the Shake Back Sports Network. You can also make sure you're listening to us online at WOVU.org. You can call us at 216-271-0959. You can listen to us live on the WOVU. You can download the app and listen to us that way. And also, we are live on StreamYard. So appreciate people interacting, their comments and all that other stuff. Appreciate all your support. And Willie, we just had a good conversation about what's going on at ESPN, but I haven't finished reading the article yet. But if anything, it just exposes ESPN's toxic culture, which we all kind of were made aware of that. I still worked there for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But we were all made aware of that by.
I heard the same.
Huh?
I heard the same thing, and that environment is not up to snuff. But there are a lot of people that are out there doing what we at ESPN, making six figures, and I want a piece of that pie. And maybe not from that pie store, but I want a piece of that pie.
Yeah, I mean, and then a lot of people, they leave ESPN and go other places. So, that's another thing too. It's a great place to get a start in sports broadcasting. But, there will be other entities as far as sports. These millennials, they doing so many different things, and we never know what sports coverage or different types of sports coverage that they will be bringing to the game. So the millennials have changed our world. So we'll rock with them, and who knows what sports coverage will be like 10 years from now. I mean, you'll still have radio, but as far as content creation and stuff, we never know what these kids have in store for us. So Willie, what do you want to talk next? We had a whole bunch that we were going to be talking about today. Did we want to talk about the Cleveland baseball team?
Why not?
Oh my gosh, it's been bad, man. Oh, it's been bad. It's been bad. It's hard. It's hard.
And then I found out today that Rosario may be going on the IL.
Oh my God. Yeah, he left out of the game last night as well. And it is just right now, I don't know what the Indians are going to do, because this team was winning despite the losses. Now they're just losing. And to me, last night, me and Nat was like, who was going to ask about why did he put JC Mejia in? Because it just seemed like at that time, he was just trying to find a way to lose, because James Karanchek had pretty much just struck out the side and got an out. I think somebody hit into, it was a catch out. So this guy was clicking on all cylinders. Why would you pull him out and put in JC Mejia, who loaded the bases and pretty much they were able to walk home? So I struggle to understand that decision. And like I said, me and Nat was like, who gonna ask that question? Nat almost asked it, but somebody did ask it in the press conference. But I'm like, well, that's a whole new way to lose. Take out somebody who's doing well. That was very Brownsian pre-Kevin Stefanski. Somebody's doing good and you pull them out. So I really have no answers for that. But right now the Indians have lost 7 in a row. They could tie that, I think, 9-game win streak that they had last year, which they still made the playoffs, but they got rocked by New York. But it's just not looking good. They just dead man walking at this point, the wounded warriors, whatever you want to call them. But this is going to be brutal. We talked about this last week, about this tough stretch that they had in which they had to play the Astros, but they also got swept on the doubleheader by the Detroit Tigers, who are not good, not a good team at all. And it was just not good. It was just not good. So I think the Tigers took 3 out of 4. Nat, can you confirm that for me? I can confirm myself, but
it was 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4, yeah. So, okay, that's what I thought. They stole a game, and then they also swept the doubleheader. Oh, because Cleveland Indians, they had 17 hits that first game. That's right. They came out guns blazing, bats blazing, and then it just all went downhill from here.
Cleveland baseball team.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Cleveland baseball team. We are working on that. It's effective immediately. We are working on that. So do want to apologize to our listeners out there. Definitely do not want to offend anyone. So sorry about that. Please bear with us. The Cleveland baseball team.
The CBT.
CBT.
You guys, there's a little bit of breaking news here. As reported by ESPN,
Oh God.
the Cleveland baseball team has signed two-time former All-Star Wilson Ramos to the squad. Assigned him to AAA Columbus on Tuesday, and look, he's got a good enough of bat. 271 career hitter, 134 home runs, 527 driven in. Two-time All-Star, of course. Won the Silver Slugger Award in 2016. So, yeah, let him go down there to Columbus and get his feet wet, get his glove pounded in a little bit before you bring him up. Because if nothing else, I know Reyes just came back. What was that, Thursday or Friday? Throw this guy in the lineup, man. He could be your DH. You know, he can spell Reyes a little bit back there, or whoever. I'm sorry, y'all's catchers is Hernandez, right?
Yeah. Hedges, but Roberto Perez just came back.
Okay, so yeah,
he was catching, and Roberto Perez was catching in the game last night because Austin Hedges was only hitting like 127.
Yeah, so with Ramos, I mean, that's some depth. That is some depth, and he can, and he's a veteran. He's been in the league 12 years, so that's some veteran leadership on an otherwise very, very young Cleveland baseball team roster.
And yeah, that his return almost got delayed because he had got hit down in AAA in his rehab assignment on the fat part of his hand, the meaty part. So we wasn't sure when he was coming back because of that as well. So, but Franmil Reyes came back playing out of his mind. So he's been doing some good things. So, excuse me, very excited. And last night Tito said is very excited to have him back, not in just name only. So that he's creating a valuable spark to this team. But right now it's just bad. And typically the Indians are a team in which the bats are going, then the pitching isn't going. If the pitching is going, the bats aren't going. So right now the pitching is pitching by committee, any old body, somebody off the street. I started warming up last night before they put in JC Mejia. So you got that going on. So right now the pitching isn't going, neither is the batting, and that's why it's resulting in losses.
Look at my screen as you said that it went dark. Watch this.
When I said I started warming up,
yeah.
My fastball might be better than expected, sir.
Oh well, but
I might be topping out in the 50s, possibly.
Is that underhand or overhand?
That is overhand.
Oh. So okay.
Hey, that could be a quality curveball or a slider.
Yeah, but not if
or it could be hit literally out the park.
I mean, like literally into late inning.
Like, what's that in San Francisco where you get McCovey Cove where you can dive in there? Yeah, that might happen.
Yeah,
career days.
But is Progressive Field that close to the lake? It's not.
No, it's not at all. The other stadium is right on the water, like the Cleveland Browns Stadium is right across the street from the lake. But remember when the Browns and the Cleveland baseball team did share a stadium? It was right there on the lake as well. So the Browns are right now where they play is pretty much the old site of the old facility. So yeah, but the baseball team, Cleveland baseball team, is up the street and right next to Quicken Loans. Do you remember like all the aerial shots of Quicken Loans? Then right next is where the ballpark is. So that it just hit, like people driving around because pretty much you drive around it, there's nothing but traffic. So yeah.
Yeah, and Nate the Great says then after you talked about the Tigers and the Cleveland baseball team, he says then the Tigers go and completely embarrass the Texas Rangers last night.
Oh, really?
Well, let me tell you something about that, Nate. The Texas Rangers, shout out to my boy Jose Trevino because he didn't make the All-Star game this year, but I had a petition going on the hashtag Brothers Baseball and on Twitter to get him to Denver, and Texas fans did not comply. But in order for, in order for it to be an embarrassment for the Rangers have to be a good team, and they are just not a good team right now. He's my favorite player, but I do not root for those guys. I root for him, but I do not root for them.
How
And
far is it? How far is the stadium from you?
for me,
Uh-huh.
over an hour.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? Because it's in
Yeah.
Arlington, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's,
That's
it's
that's
about
a
an
long way
hour.
to go.
Yeah.
That's a long way to go.
Yeah. So
Or,
that's like because the new ball both ballparks are over there, and then where the Cowboys play is over there too, and
oh,
Six
oh.
Flags is over there.
So who
And
actually plays in Dallas?
the Mavs,
Oh, okay.
and the Stars, they both play at the AAC downtown D Town.
Yeah, nobody cares
So
about the
even the horse race track is in Grand Prairie, which is between Arlington and Dallas.
And Texas too big for everything to be spread out.
Why it's not a good venue to have a Super Bowl. Everything's too spread out.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. And condolences to the family of Matisse, Kiv Lennox, the goalie from the Blue Jackets, over his passing this weekend. So I know we said we might talk a little hockey, but that was about something else. But we got to go ahead and take another break right quick. Time is passing fast today. We're bringing that fire. So we will be right back. You're listening to Her and the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We will be right back. Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Her and the Huddle, WOVU 95.9 FM. Willie saw me jamming a little bit, so that's why he started laughing. But, man, let's go ahead and talk about Sha'Carri Richardson, man. There's been a lot of stuff to talk about in the sports world, so we'll just have to save some of that stuff for tomorrow. But, Willie, you look so disappointed, man. She disappoints you?
I mean, she didn't disappoint me. It's a disappointing situation all the way around. Now we know that she did partake in the marijuana.
I like marijuana.
Marijuana. She did participate in the left-handed square. This is the thing, though. I mean, she found out about her biological mom passed.
Wait, time out. Hold on, sorry. Left-handed square. What does that mean?
Most people, I don't want to talk about that right now. We have to do that off air.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about that at another time. But I mean, she found out through a reporter that her biological mom had passed away. I just found out last week that she's actually from Dallas.
Oh, really? But is LSU in Shreveport?
No, LSU is in Baton Rouge. The
Oh,
main LSU campus is in Baton Rouge. So,
okay.
and she went to the one of the more prominent high schools, not only in Dallas but in Texas. They did a movie about the football team a while back that was called Carter High or something to that effect. And it's in the hood. It is deep in the hood. I mean, deep in the hood. But I'm not saying that all of that is the reason why she did what she did. I don't know why she did what she did, but I do know that she found out that her biological mom had passed away, and that what she said was her coping mechanism. So people are already hating on her because she is FloJo 2.0. And all for all y'all out there, you youngsters with breath on with Similac on your breath and still wet behind the ears, go Google who FloJo was, because she was dynamic like this young lady is. She was dynamic, and the fact that she was one of the fastest, if not the fastest, women on the planet. So it's the Tokyo Olympics, or it's the Olympic rule that you have to be suspended for 30 days. That is what knocked her out of the sprinters or the individual sprints. But she was left off the relay team, and by the time the relay team was going to be in performance mode, the 30 days would have passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why would you not have one of the most prominent sprinters, not only in the United States, but in the world, the fastest woman in the world, not on the relay team?
I don't know if that's to add insult to injury and teach her a lesson as well. Because what else could you make of it? You have to think about we want to take home a gold medal. So you're going to do everything to put yourself in the best opportunity to win a gold medal. You don't want to lose to Jamaica because they've been gaining a lot of ground in track. You don't want to lose to Jamaica when you used to dominate these events in track and field until Usain Bolt came along and brought Jamaica and they started kicking our butts. Why wouldn't you want her to be here on this team? I'm just super confused about that. And it's just sad. It's just the whole situation is sad because I just don't understand why you would choose to medicate or dull your pain with marijuana. Why not choose alcohol? But it's just, you could look at it from two different ways. One, some people saying she a grown woman, but when I look at a 21-year-old, I look at somebody who's a glorified teenage, who's still a teenager still, because you're not a fully functional brain-wise adult when you take human development until you're in your late 20s, almost 30 is when you're a full functioning adult and you make good choices based on thoughts, based on facts, based on clarity, based on ability to synthesize information. 21, you're still a child. Yes, you can vote. Yes, you can drink, but you're still a child making childlike decisions and your brain is not fully developed. So that's where I give her excuse. But I'm just like, how bad did you want the Olympics? And I fault the people that was around her too, because she got it from somewhere. So if anybody was sitting there telling her, they ain't gonna catch her, or it don't matter or anything like that, that's a terrible friend. I cut ties with them immediately. Anybody who was peer pressuring her or anything, I don't know the situation, but I'm just saying, whoever gave it to her should have been like, nah, girl, you about to be in the Olympics. Nah, I ain't gonna do this. It's just being around bad people who let you down, but most of all, let herself down, because I'm sure she's worked very hard to get where she has went. All of the training, all of the hours, all of the taking care of your body and doing everything you need to do to get your body ready for something like this. And don't forget, the Olympics was canceled last year. So that's 5 years, 5 years, additional year of extra training, and for it all to come down like this. It's sad.
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. And then too, here's another factor into this too, because it hadn't been mentioned to that great of an extent from what I could tell. But she did this in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, where it's legal.
And where it is legal. So I don't know if that may have had some sort of factor into the decision or into the reason why she did it. They may be thinking that since she was in a legalized state that it was okay to do it. But the
21-year-old.
Yeah, but the Olympics are just like Major League Baseball or the National Football League. Yeah, it may be legal in Vegas. It may be legal in California. But if Justin Herbert, quarterback of the Los Angeles Chargers, get popped, he's gonna get suspended. So
Alex Caruso.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, but he wasn't popped. I mean, it was the off season. So I don't even know what he got. I don't know what the arrest was for.
Well, he was in Texas.
Oh, he was in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, well
Marijuana possession.
that's different then. That that ain't even the same thing. But in terms of Shakari, I don't know what it's like for my mom to have passed away. Thank God for that. So I don't, and I haven't been 21 years old when a parent has passed away either. So maybe the people that were around her or that are around her um didn't know any better themselves. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just simply saying we don't know all of the facts, and there could be a myriad of reasons why this happened the way that it did. Now, if all of what we're saying is actually opposite of what the truth is, and she did know better, then shame on her.
I mean, she knew better either way it went, though.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying as far as
Yeah, yeah,
the,
and I,
the all of the other things about it being a legal state, and
right.
she may have actually been coerced into doing it, like you said, the peer pressure. Oh, girl, we in Oregon, it's legal up here. It's legal up here.
Yeah, and that's the thing, not being around better people who didn't want better for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you back there with them people.
Mm-hmm.
So now she can smoke all she wants to now because pretty much there's no Olympics for her at all.
Nope.
So smoke all you want to now, but that's that thing where I realized, because I took human development that when these people do stupid stuff is because they kind of are cognitively stupid. And it takes a while for them to recognize what they did and what was wrong and all that other stuff. And lots of times, like murder and all that is different.
Yeah.
But like that situation when you had Mike Clevenger and Zach Plesac last year when they left their hotel. Well, they were out partying in Chicago and they tried to explain things away. I didn't have any sorrow for Mike Clevenger because he was like 29, and Zach Plesac was like 23 years old. So, like I said, Zach Plesac is still a child. He handled the situation like a child as well with the video that he released, blaming the media and all that other stuff. He handled the situation. That's how you can tell where somebody's human development lies and things like that. But Mike Clevenger is almost 30. There is no way in God's green earth that you should have been doing that. And you were able to convince him to do that as well because he's still a child with childlike thoughts and behavior. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate. You would have loved to see her have this comeback story of losing her mom and going and sweeping all those medals and all that other good stuff. But it's not going to happen. So, hopefully, when she's 25 years old, because she's 21 now. So, it's another, hopefully, 3 years. I don't know where the next place they're having the Olympics at, but that city is on the clock. But Willie, man, we about to have to get out of here. This was a great show today. We always have a great show, but I brought that fire a little bit earlier. So
Yeah, you did. You was upset.
yeah, I'm upset, and I think a lot of women in sports should be, and especially Black women in sports and stuff like that, and just the climate of this country for you to say something like that. And that was around Black Lives Matter too. So for you to say that at that time, you straight up tripping. So no respect. But yeah, Willie, man, it is what it is. I want to thank you for joining me as always. Thank you so much. And I guess how can people get at you really, really quickly?
All right, we got Kick the Narrative 6 on the BGC Sports Network, broadcasting live on Facebook this Saturday at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys check us out. Rachel will be in the hizzy as well. So, yeah.
All right. And I'm 1ST Lady of Sports. You're listening to her and Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We are out of here.